Previously on Scotty Survivor Lost in Time. There was a merge twist that let the first 6 to complete an individual immunity challenge gain their spots in the merge, while the last 6 went to Tribal Council 20 minutes after the challenge. Haley, Abby, Ricky, and Runjin worked together to throw the challenge so they could get Tina out, ensuring their spot in the merge with 11 players left. Tonight, as Abby's Puppet Master secret gets unraveled, who will get voted out?
Good morning, everyone. Post merge day. I didn't think that I was gonna be able to say that. I didn't know if I was gonna get this far, but here we are. We made the merge.
This game is really taking years off my life. I'm not having fun.
Welcome to Jiro Tribe.
Jiro? Jiro? That's how I would say it in Spanish. Jiro Tribe. Tribe? Jiro? I don't know. The new yellow tribe. I know you guys hate it when we say like colors and stuff, but that's what I'm gonna say until I know exactly how to pronounce my new tribe.
So the challenge today was, what the hell was it? It was counting. It was counting and then it was math, and I was great. I got the math down. Not so sure about the counting.
I thought we would get a merge immediately, but it turned out that the challenge was individual, and the first 6 winners went to the merge, or got their buffs, and were safe. And the 6 losers, or the 6 people who came in last, had to vote one of them off.
Honestly, would not have done it if Xavier didn't give me the last 2 numbers illegally. Sorry, prods. But the fact that Xavier gave me numbers to merge makes me think that he is like serious about wanting to work with me. I don't know, like, because the thing is, he told Ethan that it was my plan to backstab Parker and that blindside Parker, and like Ethan believes him. I'm sure he told Runjin and Henry, and now like that's really worrisome for me. But like he helped me get to the merge, so he didn't have to do that. It was like against Prod's rules, so he could have totally just been like, I'm not allowed to help.
The challenge was pretty awful. I don't enjoy running and I don't enjoy math, and the challenge included both of those things. I'm sorry, I'm a music major, so I never run, and I can't remember the last time I did a math problem. Actually, I'm in a stat class, but that's different.
I was trying to collaborate with people during the challenge because I feel like, why would I run around and count everything when everyone's counting different things? Like, we'll just share numbers and stuff.
I see Abby and Haley, and I was like, all right, well, we have options if we're on the bottom, because we're all on the bottom together.
Immediately, Ricky turned to me and was like we're like working together, right? And I was like, yeah, great, good, because I'm not doing all this running by myself.
Ricky and Abby and I were like kind of working together, and we got to a point where I just like pulled them aside and I was like, guys, listen, like, let's just throw the challenge, because as long as we have each other in the losing 6, we'll easily just, you know, like pop off like Tina or Nikhil or like someone like that.
Because in the bottom 6, that leaves me, Ricky, Haley, and Abby all together, which obviously we're gonna vote together and have the majority voting power in that tribal. Valen and Tina. Valen knew what was going on. Valen was like, I'll join you guys, just vote Tina out. And Tina, she knew. She was like, there's no way, like, she's staying.
The challenge was over and started reading off the names of the people who were going to tribal. I heard Haley, Ricky, Abby, Valen, Runjin, and I was like, oh dear goodness, all of these people I trust, none of these people I want to vote off. Like, what the heck am I gonna do? And then Tina, and we all looked at each other, we're like, all right, sounds good. Like, we didn't even have to speak a word to each other. Like, we knew exactly what we were doing, and it was voting Tina off.
Ricky told me that she said, no one's made a connection with Valen. And I was like, oh, a little offended. I was like, I made a connection with people. I've just been secret about it and not telling everyone. Or like hanging out with, you know, my best friend Joe, like out in the open and stuff. Like, I don't know. I've been smart about it and I've been connecting with people. Like, fuck you, Tina.
She tried, you know, kind of spinning it on Valen, like, oh, like, I don't really know Valen. Like, girl, you don't know anyone. Sorry, but Yeah, so it was a simple vote. It was really easy. There's really nothing to unpack there. We voted Tina off. It was her time to go. Break up Team Nadia.
I was pretty sure I was with Ricky, Haley, Ranjan, and Valen to vote Tina off. But there's like no guarantee, right? And I was like, I don't want to... There's no guarantee. So I don't know. Go and film me before this. I look so stressed because I was so stressed. I was like, I don't want to go home right before the merge, having an idol literally in my jacket pocket.
When I vote for Tina, like when I was watching the go vote, and I just remember writing Tina's name was so satisfying. I remember saying like, bro, this is for Joe. Like, you're the reason why Joe's not in this game. God, I wish Joe was in the merge right now with me because we'd be unstoppable.
So to have Tina make the merge would have been so funny.
Nadia getting the advantage. I'm a little scared, as I said before. I don't know what's gonna come of that. So the rest of us have to play our cards right, because Nadia is dangerous. She's very smart. She's very sneaky.
I also got an advantage, and I don't know if I like having this advantage or not, because I was powerless before, but now people think that I have a lot of power and see me as a threat.
Yeah, we've been allies since like the beginning.
Totally.
So I've been thinking about the numbers because I have this.
Yeah.
It's not idle clue.
Okay.
I wish it was.
It's an extra vote advantage. And it says you can cast 2 votes on the same person or cast 1 vote on 2 different people who are not immune. This does not carry over into a revote. And the last time I can play it is when there are 5 players remaining.
It's an extra vote advantage.
Okay, yeah. This
So-
is super useful.
When I was going home, I was going with Henry, and I pulled him to the side and was like, Henry, okay, I have this extra vote advantage, and we need to play this smart, because if we use it correctly, we can then become the majority.
So I've been thinking we need the numbers though, right? And I feel like it's only me, you, Valen, and maybe Nikhil as a 4.
Nikhil was talking to me. He made it seem
Nikhil
like-
hates Ricky.
Yeah.
He's not gonna ever align with Ricky.
Okay.
Ricky also hates Nikhil.
Gotcha.
So like, who else are we gonna get? Because we can use this instantly just so we can get majority afterwards.
But at this point, I don't know how we're gonna get those numbers, because I only see a strong 4 right now with me, Valen, Henry, and maybe Nikhil. I think Nikhil hates Ricky so much that he's just willing to like be with us. And so that's 4. And we need 6 to be majority, but at least with my extra vote, I just need like 1 more person.
Nadia, man, this girl lies so much. She still has never, ever told me the truth about Tina. And I know the truth, and she still hasn't done it.
Now Nadia has an advantage. And I'm worried that it's either a clue to the idol, which she will get to first, okay, Miss Puppet Master, or something that is going to screw us over later.
Once I played my idol, and once Nadia played her idol, there are basically only 2 options as to who the Puppet Master can be. It's Nadia or it's me. So, obviously, I'm gonna say that it's Nadia. I'm gonna tell everyone that it's Nadia. Totally was Nadia just messing with your own tribe. Like, wow, what a snake.
Nadia got first place. They gave her a slip of paper, which we all originally had thought was the idol clue, which like, fuck, Nadia's getting the idol clue after she just played the idol and was a puppet master this whole game. Like, she's dangerous, like, and now she has access to another idol, like, she's to watch out for.
I don't trust Nadia. I haven't been able to talk to her that much at all, but she is a good player. I know that. I think she's the puppet master.
Nadia, if she's the puppet master,
Yeah,
that
same.
like, even though she literally just did one thing, like the puppet master did that one thing and then nothing has happened since.
Yeah.
But like that, people are just gonna respect that too much.
Whenever I talk to her, like, she's always, like, whenever anyone talks to her about the puppet master, she's always kind of sus. Like, she will dodge the question or like answer it like too aggressively.
So when I asked her the question, are you the puppet master? And she said no. I don't believe her.
Ricky just straight up asked Nadia, I think, after that tribal, like, are you the puppet master? And she was like, no, like, I'm totally not.
And you know what? I'm just going to let it, in like superficially let bygones be bygones, but Abby and I both think that she's lying about that, and I'm sure we're not the only ones.
Thank God that girl sucks at telling the truth, because that was so sus, and I am using that so hard.
I talked about the Puppet Master today, and kind of like for no reason, she was like, "Oh, like if I get that Puppet Master, like, oh, I'll get him good," or something like that. I don't even know, but like that, like that's not a good lie.
She's not someone I can trust. Period. Like she just lies so much, and she's very into this game.
I need to play hard now. I was kind of slacking before. So I need to pick up the pace and play hard now because disadvantage can change a lot of things.
I'm sure that people think that I am also the Puppet Master, not also, but think that I'm the Puppet Master. But as long as we can put it off, that's just gonna have to work.
We just like talked about how she's a powerhouse and like, damn, of course she got an advantage, and like they all think that she's a Puppet Master, but she's not. It's Abby.
I'm on call with Valen, and we're chatting, and what I had done earlier was there was a Puppet Master Unraveler Instagram account. So I was like, you know what, let me see who this is. And I was able to ping and figure out that they had a Samsung Galaxy, and I'm like, okay, let me try this on the actual Puppet Master email. I'm on call with Valen. She tells me the email. I go into Gmail, I type in brickbrack@gmail.com, and I try to recovery email. And then I see the numbers. 82 is the ending.
But I'm also like, I'm so afraid because I literally have a Samsung, so I look so implicated in this. I was like, these bitches are gonna think it's me.
I go into my phone, look at the first contact and the latest person I texted from the game, and I said, fuck.
Oh, it's really funny because like he's named the Puppet Master. Okay, I'm gonna just like type it in.
So, I'm like, Valen, okay. Maybe this is a scrambled email. I know there's a master puppet master. Like, I don't really know what to do.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to search this one. So wait, is it like a coded email or is it like... Because if I just type that into Gmail and try to see their security options, like, let's see what pops up.
And I text and I said, I found the recovery number for the puppet master.
I told Ricky and Haley that I have the Verandi idol.
No. And you know what happens after? The puppet master comes to my house.
Because I do have the Verandi.
Oh, you do? Fucking clean! You kept this a secret though? Are you the puppet master?
Yeah.
I fucking knew it! Because, like, you know Zamanda's probably been out here spending hours upon hours. Parker's probably out there, all nodding, trying to be like, who is this puppet master? Can't figure out who it is. That email took me less than 5 minutes to figure out who the puppet master was. Like, Zaman, y'all suck. Like, Gossip Girl, hire me. Pretty Little Liars, hire me. It's literally the number that I was talking to Valen, and I traced the puppet master's phone number, and it had this, and I opened my phone immediately, and it was you.
Wait, does this mean I figured out who the puppet master was?
T. I love this so much. That makes me so fucking excited. Why did you tell me beforehand? I literally wanted to.
Oh my god, thank
Wait,
God.
where was the Verandi idol? Yeah, I'm so excited. Like, now the game is really gonna begin and I'm gonna have so much fucking fun. The puppet master and the smiling assassin are ready for it.
I'm glad you're taking this well.
Did you think I wouldn't?
Okay, here's the thing. The reason I haven't said anything is because, like, I made a choice to lie about it to Jude, and you're also there. And,
okay.
Like, I was like, I can't. And then, like, afterward, when you asked, I denied it again. And I was like, I'm never gonna tell Ethan because he would never trust me again if I was.
No, I literally would get it if you just told me that.
It's time to get a little devious. The Russell hands to my Parvati Shallow. The Russell hands to my Natalie White. Like, the Tony to my Sarah. Like, who else? The Wendell to my Dominic. Like, the Aubrey to my Michelle. Just a fucking queen. That's boss move, boss everything. Love Abby so much. I'm so excited.
Last night, I was like, okay, like, let me go celebrate Bestie's birthday with Abby, and... Oh, sorry, I thought that was someone else. So, she took me to Shinley Park, and we talked, and then Vivian's like, Ethan, I have something important to tell you. So Vivian calls me, and first thing she says, she's like, I think Abby's the puppet master. And I'm like, whoa, like, this is on speakerphone, Abby's next to me, and I'm like, why would you think that?
So, I think I know who the puppet master is.
Oh my gosh, wait, who do you think it is?
I think that it's Abby.
Wait, really? I did not see that. Wait, why? She's like, I searched the number, I saw the 82, and I'm like, trying to be like, okay, but like, do you think that was actually the email? Because I know there was another email with 2 C's, so it's like, what's happening here? Like, does it make sense that it's Abby? I feel like it's Nadia.
Wait, cause, okay, I know you're really close. Wait, did she ever say anything like sus?
No, she's like never been sus to me. I have no clue she had the idol though, so I was kind of shook, not gonna lie, but like, pop off to her. Just trying to validate her, and then out of nowhere she appears, and I'm just like, literally the I love by emoji.
Yeah, Nadia is sus, but Abby's really sus.
Queen. This is so funny.
Nice
Oh my.
Hi, Ethan.
Hi.
Vivian wanted to prank him, and I didn't want to, but we did it anyway, and I hope he doesn't hate me now. I really hope he doesn't hate me now.
You know, you texted me at the worst time because I gave to say happy birthday to her.
Ethan, we're friends. We're both the puppet master.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, is that what? Wait, what? Did not expect Vivian to come, and the first thing she says is, so I'm also the puppet master, and I'm like, ha? Like, what? Like, every fucking time, like, this game makes me want to go back to therapy. This is a new development. Lisa, did you know?
We wanted to prank you and she felt too bad to do it, but I wanted to do it.
Wait, so wait, you're also it?
Yes.
My wait, I fucking love this. Why does this plot like it's so much better?
Oh my god, okay, the reason I didn't say it first because this bitch was like, don't tell Ethan that we're friends, like just tell him about the puppet master.
Well, then she felt that.
And then we're like, I'm like, I can't like keep this up without telling you.
We've been friends this whole time. We're living together next year. Like, I basically consulted Vivian on like everything to do with the puppet master.
He has the Dorit idol, so we literally have like every single power in the game right now, which is like, damn, like we really did that. So I'm in a very powerful position. I also feel like we have 3 different sets of allies.
She has the Dorit idol, that was the thing. I told Ethan I found the Dorit idol with Haley.
But I'm gonna be honest, like that conversation irked me because from that I gathered Vivian was literally caught up on every single thing, including like me and Valen's secret relationship, like everything else. So I'm like, Abby, like literally every time I said don't say something, you fucking did. And this really was my wake-up call that like I need to play the game for myself.
There are some choice people from outside the game who do not think that this was a particularly good idea to tell Ethan. Which, like, fair, maybe, I don't know. They're not me, so we told him anyway.
I'm already having regrets about telling Ethan because it's pretty clear that Ethan doesn't want to go to the end with me and Abby, which I could have guessed. And I didn't tell him because I thought it would make us final 3. Like, I told him because I wanted to be his friend.
Like, I was playing it as a duo for me and Abby, but like, yesterday showed me, like, if I'm not gonna be, like, if she has a secret friendship with Vivian, like, and they were friends before, then I'm clearly not her number 1. Which means the person who's gonna look out for me is gonna be me. And like, it was naive of me to think that like, I could fully trust that. So, I don't know. I still wanna get to the end with Abby, but I'm also like, if something happens, like I'm not gonna care.
I'm trying to think of it from like his perspective. Like, I'd be happy to have another ally, like a solid ally for now, but like, us two, like me and Vivian, are probably not people you want to take to final 3. I mean, especially because he knows like all the like crap that I've done in this game, which either could get me like very hated or like respected at the end. I'm not really entirely sure.
If I ever need to get Vivian out, I can literally just say she was the puppet master and just recount the whole story saying she found the Zaman idol, gave it to whatever. she told me because I accidentally discovered them with the brickbats email.
But sadly, like, after I told him, he just stopped talking to me. Like, we haven't talked in our 2-person alliance chat at all. He's barely talked in our 3-person alliance chat. I asked if he wanted to get brunch Sunday, and he, like, didn't even respond to me. He told Abby he was too busy, but he, like, didn't tell me.
Vivian, love her, want to be friends with her, but I still don't trust her. I just need her to go.
I don't know if Ethan's really thinking like super strategically about this, or if he would just be like, I just want to make it to the final. It doesn't really matter if I win, like, I like these people, so I'm gonna keep them around. And I'm hoping he's thinking like the second one, because if he's not, it would be extremely easy for him to blindside me or Vivian at this point.
I think Abby would retrust me if I did something and got Vivian out. But I think Vivian would have full-on vengeance. Yo, so Valen and I spoke last night, and Sis really hit the nail on the head with the puppet master. Like, I'm floored because I'm so impressed with her. And it's funny because she's gonna get the credit for the puppet master reveal, even though, like, it was literally based off of my information and that fact that, like, I already knew. She came to me being like, Ethan, like, I think I know who the puppet master is. And I'm like, oh, who could it be? Like, I don't know.
Speaking of the puppet master, we talked about like who it could have been like last time, and like I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
I know everyone thinks it's Nadia, but I low-key don't think it's Nadia. I think it's Abby. Like, I saw check the phone numbers, it was the same as hers. And I checked the Gmail, and the email associated with that account was like ABR, and I'm like, oh fuck, like. So I couldn't hide it, but I just pretended I didn't know, and I'm like, oh my god, that's interesting. I didn't think it was actually Nadia. Told Valen about the idol. May have been a good move, may have not been a good move, but I think she trusts me fully.
So you know how you told me that the number ends in 82?
Yes.
Yeah, and I checked my numbers, and Abby's phone number ends in 82.
Yo.
And then I did the recovery thing on, it was either Monday or Tuesday or yesterday. Wow, I have all my days jumbled up because I need to tell you about my FE exam. But I did the recovery thing myself because I was like, I need to see the number again. I was like, was it 82? I couldn't remember. And I did the recovery thing. I have a screenshot, I'll show you. And I got an email this time, a recovery email. Like, I didn't get
You got an email?
Yeah, and it's you probably can't, I should send it to you. But
wait, I can see it.
Okay, ABR, you see it?
Yes.
ABR.
She's who I want to sit with next to at the final 3. Love her, but I'm so impressed. She's literally gonna start, like, she's literally started a puppet coup. Like, she's gonna tear the walls down of this game and break it apart. Cause it's already gonna start spreading. She already went to Nadia and Henry about this.
I decided to tell Nadia and Henry basically my evidence and confirmation that Abby is the puppet master.
Did it again, but like on my phone, and it got me a recovery email this time, and it said like AVR, like ... at mac.com, and I'm like,
definitely her.
It's
100%.
Abby. Basically, what I decided is I was thinking, I need to do something with this information. And I was like, but I have to do something, like, strategic in a sense, like, wisely. Like, I can't just, like, tell everyone that Abby's a puppet master and expect that they're like, okay, we're gonna vote her out. Like, I had to think about it, like, wisely.
Username in the Discord starts with ADR, and like that's
it's definitely her. There's no way. It's 100% her.
And so I decided that I can't do that by myself, and so I decided to include Old Zaman in sort of a plan to eventually get Abby out of the game.
Basically be like, the puppet master is someone who's like scheming a lot, so like it's someone who has to go, right? And like without really saying that it's Abby, it's just more of like the consensus that like whoever is the puppet master, they have to go. So at the point where we do say that it's Abby, they're okay with the vote.
Immediately text Xavier and I'm like, yo, do you have these 2 phone numbers? Just trying to get the conversation started naturally. He was like, yeah, here they go. Why? Just as I was hoping. And I was like, oh, Well, funny you should ask. I have some information about the Puppet Master.
I'm not stoked about Valen still being in the game, honestly, because I think that she knows that I'm the Puppet Master, but she doesn't seem that sus of me, which is weird.
Goodbye, Puppet Master.
Come on in, guys! Giro Tribe, welcome to your first individual immunity challenge of the merge. My name is Govind Menon, if you didn't know that already. I will be your new host for the challenge portion of this game. Today, for the first time, individual immunity is up for grabs, and here is your immunity necklace. Today's challenge is called Chain Reaction, and here's how it works. Across different parts of campus, specifically the mall area, there are different things hidden. There are 3 types of different items. The first item are bags. Inside the bags are domino pieces. The second type of item are individual domino pieces. And the final item are other Scotty Survivor goodies. You will have to go looking around the entire mall and the area behind you for domino pieces. Once you find enough domino pieces, you will have to come back to these stations as marked on the ground and create a chain reaction. With the bags, there's a maximum of 1 bag per run that you can bring back. So after you get 1 bag, you have to bring it back here. Inside the bags, there are normally quite a few dominoes there, anywhere from like 2 to 5 dominoes per bag. If you find an individual free domino, you can bring back a maximum of 2 free dominoes. If you also look in the middle on that chair right there, there's a cornucopia of free dominoes. You are free to run for that the moment we start the challenge. As a reminder, you can only take 2 free dominoes per run, so you have to keep coming back and forth. After you have enough dominoes at your station, you will have to stack them up, starting at the start line, ending at the end line as marked at your station. The first person to successfully push down their dominoes, creating a chain reaction, will win the first individual immunity of the merge. And you'll have a 1 in 10 shot of being the sole survivor of season 2. If you are unsuccessful in pushing over your dominoes after you call me over, you will be sent into exile. Exile is underneath that tent right there. You will have to wait 5 minutes after your unsuccessful attempt. Then you'll be allowed back to your station and allowed to continue to compete. Seeing no questions, we'll draw for spots. Let's get started. For individual immunity, the spot in the final 10. Survivors ready? Go! Henry first to arrive. Valen looking behind.
Any left? Any left? Woo!
Henry just taking everything for the cornucopia.
I just want a goodie. But I also don't need people to find this shit, so I just like...
And Nadia taking the final domino for the cornucopia and running back. Vivian first to bring back a bag.
There it is.
Oh my god. Nikhil brings back a bag. Xavier brings back a second bag.
This is tough, Govind.
It's gonna be real tough.
That's uneven.
Everyone running back. Ranjan stacking, but he's not far enough.
Tell us what you just did.
What?
Just throwing all the shit.
I just wanted to use revenge.
Go where you're gonna go.
Just drop a bag.
I wonder where they all are.
Well, I wonder if anybody's found any Survivor goodies.
What the fuck is this? That's a hat. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Valen making quick progress stacking these dominoes.
I'm part of the
think
challenge.
that's a piece of trash. That is.
Wait, but this is so cool.
And the wind is picking up. And the wind has knocked down all of Valen's dominoes.
What's going on over there?
He found a bag of trash.
Oh yeah?
Oh, and the wind knocks down Vivian's initial dominoes.
Everything hurts.
Xavier running back with more. Oh, Xavier making quick work. Vivian almost there. Ricky almost done as well. Oh, everything falls.
Oh no!
Ricky needing to start again.
Look at how done I am right now.
Valen is almost there. For
I
too
need
far
one
away.
domino.
Vivian needing one more domino. Will the wind knock it down when she goes to look?
We'll see.
Will someone else knock it down when she goes to look?
There we go.
Oh, Xavier almost there.
I'm just doing the distance.
Check. Xavier!
Let's go!
Individual immunity.
Thank you.
Okay. After a very close challenge, congratulations, Xavier. You have a 1 in 10 shot of winning this game. Hey, good stuff. To the rest of you, you have a date with Shane at Tribal Council where one of you will become the first member of the jury. Gather your stuff, but before that, there is one more thing to make you all aware of. The Jiro Merge Idol is now in play. Best of luck finding it. See you at Tribal.
I don't even know why I bother going to these challenges because I keep losing them, but that's fine, I guess. I mean, the odds are gonna get better for me as people get voted off. If I don't get voted off, which I probably will.
I won the challenge. Immunity necklace, that's kind of nice. Don't have to worry, but I'm definitely... Winning immunities is great, but it sort of puts a target on your back to some degree. So I am going to make sure that I don't win the next immunity challenge.
Xavier did that, good for him. So we can't vote Xavier, which is fine. I mean, honestly, like, maybe I would have wanted to if he didn't have immunity.
I am getting a little tired of these endurance and athletic challenges because a bitch is out of shape. I spent a whole year we've all spent a whole year in quarantine in the pandemic. I haven't ran. I haven't exercised. I barely get out of my apartment every day to walk to class.
I think I maybe could have won, but I didn't want to risk 5-minute exile, so I ran off to get another domino. And I got back, and the second I got back, Xavier knocked it over, and all I had to do was put in one domino, and mine knocked over too. So I was literally 5 seconds behind. I will say though, I completely forgot about the Survivor goodies the second the challenge started.
Should have figured that I wouldn't win today's challenge, which, spoiler alert, I didn't win. It was Xavier. I feel like I should have realized I wouldn't win and gone and looked for advantages or idol clues.
What I did find, however, was that advantage, that vote steal. So now I can take a vote. I have my own vote, and then I can take a vote from any person and change their vote. That only works if I know how someone's voting, and that also only works if I have one less than a majority.
I know that Abby got one, but I actually suspected that already because she walked back, panting. Shane was filming her. Govind even said, while Val and I were right there, Abby walking back with nothing. And I was like, that's really sus. Why would you not come back with even 2 dominoes?
I am a little worried because I think either Nikhil or Nadia might have found one, gotten something, especially because Abby was gonna offer Nadia a ride home, and she's like, no, I'm gonna stay on campus a bit. I'm like, okay, girl.
Me and Nikhil go idol hunting after a challenge. We waited till everyone kind of leaves, so it's not sus. But of course, in the back of my head, I'm always like, oh, what if someone's watching us? What if someone finds us?
Is it?
And of course, because of that, we run into Haley. And of course she's sus, right? Like, why are we together with 2 members of the prod team?
What are y'all up to?
You know, just casually taking strolls.
Yeah?
And we sit down and I talk to Haley and I asked her like, what she's thinking, if she's been thinking about tribal. And I straight up just tell her, like, I know there's a lot of rumors going around that I'm Puppet Master.
Do you think I'm Puppet? I've been hearing people thinking I'm Puppet Master. Do you think I'm Puppet Master? It's just
I'm not like 100% sure.
because I can show you like hard evidence right now that I'm not Puppet Master.
And I try to just get some more information out of her, like why do you think it's me, blah blah. She was like, yeah, you had the idol. But I was like Abby had an idol too, you know, like she had Randy without Clue. Maybe she found Zaman as well. So I keep telling her, I try to reason with her and telling her how it doesn't make any sense that I'm Puppet Master.
I've just been going off of like what people say, but like all the Puppet Master stuff really confuses my brain.
I'm basically not getting to her. So at this point, I'm a little bit frustrated, and I probably shouldn't have done this, but I ended up giving her the hard evidence that I have that Puppet Master is Abby.
This is the email. Brick of Brack Bags. Like, that's like the Puppet Master email. Brick of Brack Bags. And then the ABR. Look at that. This is literally hard evidence right here.
What? Oh my gosh.
Nadia was basically spending the whole time trying to convince me that she wasn't Puppet Master. She knows that everyone thinks that she's Puppet Master, and I, up until this point, have basically thought that she is, but always had Abby in the back of my head.
It literally says ABR.
Why didn't you show me that before?
No, because I just want to like see where your head was at, you know?
Okay.
I wanted to try and wait to like give the hard evidence. So I wanted to see if I could like convince you that I was like not it without it, but like this is literally her email.
Holy crap.
That's definitely Abby. Like, there's no question about it, right? Like, that's definitely Abby. And I was like, dang. Like, and that's not surprising either. Okay, she found the Zaman idol. She found the Verandi idol. We found the Dorit idol together. This girl has seen all 3 idols. Like, so I'm thinking about that, and I was like, all right, play it cool. Like, you know, don't pretend like you're totally against her now, because where I'm at right now is that I need Abby.
If Abby is the Puppet Master, and she's somehow got everyone to think it was Nadia, holy shit. I'm not fully trusting in Nadia yet, don't get me wrong. But if Nadia actually wasn't the Puppet Master this whole time, that would be incredible.
So I met up with Bestie Xavier, the Resurrector. Honestly, a shit nickname that he gave himself, but like, we'll use it for now.
Henry went and like took the Puppet Master email.
Okay.
And went and like tried to log in and forgot password. And it came back with a number that ended in 82.
And that's what Abby's ended with?
And Abby's ended with 82. And then he did it again and it came back with an email that was ABR.
When I'm like, no way, like, wait, so the Puppet Master's Abby? Like, I didn't know that already for this whole game. Like, I'm so sorry to everyone who watches this and they're like, Ethan, that little bitch knew all along. So I feel like I haven't told Abby and Vivian any of this because they want me to keep it on the DL and I don't want to blow up the game yet.
So much to process because like I've literally spoken with her so much about the Puppet Master. Like we have had hour-long conversations about this, so I'm just like, damn girl, have you been writing it all? I mean,
That's impressive.
There's gonna be a merged civil war. It's gonna be the coup, the puppet coup. Like Puppet Master versus Puppet Unravelers.
Talking to Henry, which Henry and I have been getting really close, which has also been great. But Henry was talking to me, and Henry was like, so I did the forgot password on the Puppet Master's email, and they sent they said something to the recovery email, and the recovery email is like ABR something at mac.com. Who do I know whose name starts with A and the last name starts with BR? Miss Abby.
Everybody thought Nadia was the Puppet Master, and if everybody on OG Zaman knew that this wasn't possible. But there's only 3 of us left now.
I thought I could trust Abby. And she's, like, we've spoken about the Puppet Master, we've spoken about idols. But it seems like she could have been the Puppet Master. Like, that's pretty damning evidence, girl. Like, that's your email. That's literally your email.
Nadia met with Xavier, and showed him all of the like source puppet master emails that prove her innocence, and they talked about the Abby stuff. So I feel solid that Xavier is on our side.
We know
Abby's 100%
Abby's gotta be the
puppet
puppet
master.
master. And
Like, we have so much damning evidence against
seriously,
her.
like
So,
the number,
yeah,
the
number,
email.
the fact that she got a Brandy idol without the clue.
The whole puppet master thing, Abby's a puppet master, is going around everywhere. I sort of accidentally told Ricky, which is unfortunate.
Everyone thinks I'm the puppet master. Probably Nadia's telling everyone that I am. Valen's telling everyone that I am.
Abby is in a pretty tight spot because everyone knows that, right? So everyone's gonna go after her because no one wants her in the final. I don't want her in the final.
I did promise to ally with her, so I might have to break that and like snake her because she is an easy vote out, and we are kind of looking for easy votes out at this point right now.
I just don't want her to go far. I really don't. She's way too powerful. She's good at this game and she deserves to go far, but like, the game is to win. Therefore, she needs to not be in the game if I want to win.
When I started this game, I was like, yeah, I'm ready to backstab Abby, like what it takes to win. But like now I'm like, man, if Abby leaves, like I won't really want to play as much anymore because it's so hard to play when you don't have like at least one person you can trust.
It's just people finding out without me telling them is like not how I wanted the puppet master thing to go. And I didn't want to tell them until the end. So, but now they know, probably. But I don't want to tell everyone because I don't know who knows for sure. Except for I should just tell everyone.
I ended up walking to get smoothies with Ethan and Valen. And it was actually just smoothies for the longest time. Like there was no strategy talk, we were just getting smoothies until I finally like brought it up because I was like, okay, we gotta talk strategy.
Hello.
Oh my god, hey.
So we went to get smoothies.
Post challenge.
Post challenge. Oh yeah, I gotta put this
Xavier
on.
won.
Ethan and I were tight and we were talking about getting Valen in. And we ended up really vibing, and so we created a new alliance called the Sitting Ducks.
Me and Xavier have a good relationship with Henry, and so both of us were like, what do you got, like, basically asking Ethan, like, what do you think about adding Henry? I think he would be a good fourth. Having a solid four would be good. So we're the Sitting Ducks now, and I think it's like, I don't know, it's an unexpected quad of people. Is that how you say it?
Both of us have a good relationship with Henry.
Yeah.
Ethan's part of
Oh, you know, it's not my fault. I can try.
I know, it's Henry, but...
It's Henry, yeah.
I am fine with this man if he would just speak.
I would not call myself a sitting duck, but that's okay. So we created that alliance, and that's a great alliance, honestly. And we grabbed Henry to get in that, and he's happy, but he doesn't know if he fully trusts Ethan yet, which is fair, and Ethan doesn't know if he fully trusts Henry yet, because they haven't really met. But yeah, so we'll have like a core four. I'm sure Henry will probably be
I'm
happy
sure
with
Henry's
this.
okay. We're just including him without asking permission.
Yep.
He doesn't know yet, but he will know.
I think that's a group of very passive, except for Xavier. The problem is it's going to become the Xavier show after this, and he's essentially going to decide the next few votes, but I'm fine because he does need to go at some point. I just have to make sure I'm in his plans for a while.
Ethan revealed that he had the one of the advantages from the Easter egg hunt. Which was incredible. He brought it out. He was like, guys, I found an idol clue. And we're like, what? That's crazy. And then we read the idol clue. And it was gibberish. It was impossible. Like, the first at CMU, his department shines. Hannah Montana 2x8. Like, what? Hannah Montana? Bro. We decided to go look for it. But we had no idea really where to start.
The first at CMU, his department shines. I don't know what the fuck
Hannah
I don't know what this is. Tell me what this is.
Okay, the first at CMU, his department shines. Hannah Montana 2x8.
What? You're a tour guide.
I know, wait, let me
The
think.
first at CMU.
But this stays here. 100%.
Yes.
We are currently watching Hannah Montana. Season 2, episode 8, to fucking figure this out. It's gotten to a bad point.
I
I made zero connections to Carnegie Mellon.
Me too. Hannah Montana 2X8. That episode is about the president and bodyguards and shit. So I think it's mostly president related. But like who? Is there a president from CMU? No. We looked in his butt crack. It's not there.
It's not in the asshole.
Look how many rocks. Hammerschlag was the first CMU president. So now we're looking around Hammerschlag.
And I really need to find the merge idol, because if I can give that to Valen or Xavier or someone else and save them and get Vivian out, like that would be the ideal situation. Like I really want to split that up.
Let's find it before Ethan responds. You wouldn't put it in here, would you? Oh man. Okay. That's fun. That sure is fun. Wait, I'm gonna put this in my bag. Now the question is, do I tell Ethan and Vivian about it? I don't know whether I can trust Ethan anymore either. Vivian's like, don't tell Ethan you have the idol, and I haven't yet. I don't know what Ethan's planning. I mean, he was like, I want to trust Ethan. I really, really want to trust Ethan, but I just don't know.
I'm not going to tank my game for her, and that is a Titanic that I don't want to be on. Like, put me on the... Actually, don't put me on the Mayflower. What's a better boat? Put me on Carnival Cruise.
Something was interesting that Xavier and I talked about today. So I'm pretty sure that they're voting Abby because Xavier told me that and Valen told me that, and both of them I have gone to and been like, hey, I really want to work with you in the future, like let's share information together even though we're on opposite sides, and it's working out really well because I feel like I can really trust, like I feel like the things that they're telling me are credible because they genuinely think that I want to work with them in the future, which I think that I do.
Okay, we're finally on the same track together.
Yeah,
It's been,
our first time.
Yeah. And we both made it to merge. Nice. Honestly, like, you're one of the only people that I haven't talked to this whole game, so I just like want to hear like kind of where you're at and like who you think is trustworthy and who you think is not trustworthy.
Strategize how we're gonna link up with people now so that they don't see us together.
Yes, I know. Because that'd be some food. I'd be like, really, Valen? Never saw that coming.
Yeah.
Like, haha, little did all you know, Joe.
I know.
Connection.
I know. Oh my gosh, how funny. Yeah.
I don't think people would see this coming at all. I don't think so. It's like we've been on one tribe together, but it was like separated in sense.
Right. I want to connect with like stable people. We keep saying the word stable, but like some of these people are crazy, and like Ethan and I play similarly, so I'm trying to look for other people like that, and I think Haley might be that.
And he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna vote Abby, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna vote Nikhil. He's like, yeah, I mean, there's really nothing. We're on opposite sides right now. Like, what can you do about it? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't hold it against you that you want to vote Abby. He's like, I don't hold it against you that you want to vote out Nikhil.
Okay, I could like Haley. I know Haley's gonna vote for this person. Like, we're good there. But like, we've just been talking, so it's not been. Like, I feel like that puts unnecessary targets on our backs potentially.
But I mean, no one knows that.
Exactly. Yeah.
No one knows that we have any sort of friendship or anything.
Yeah.
So, but he was like, listen, if you want to flip and vote out Abby, you've got a fam on our side over here. And I'm like, those are some very distant relatives, okay? Because I don't know any of them.
Who are my closest people right now?
Yeah.
I'd probably say probably Abby and Ethan.
If I flip on Abby right now, like, that's a huge, like, I'm basically just like freaking all of my alliance members in doing that. Because as much as we don't really want to keep Abby, she's a very valuable vote. So yeah, I would not flip, but he's like, you know, if you did that, you know, that would be a good way to start your relationship with us over here on this side, you know, my friends on the other side. And I'm like, and he's like, yeah, I get it. And I'm like, But he's like, we agreed, like, oh, we can work together in the future, like, this vote, you know. And same with Valen. And so this is, like, my strategy, right? I'm, like, making relationships on the other side.
Abby, my girl, finally confessed on camera to the rest of our alliance that she was a puppet master, which she had admitted had been kind of long overdue, and, like, your words, girl, I won't say anything.
They're like 100% correct, and it is me. And like, there's sort of no hiding it at this point. Like, I'm gonna let you all pretend to be surprised or whatever, but I'm pretty sure, like, it's sort of clear who it
I
is.
thought you were about to deny it, and I was like, oh my gosh, girl, we all know.
Yeah, Xavier has told everyone.
But like, still, we love that.
Abby, you can tell us.
So I don't know. I just wanted you guys to hear it from me.
Now that she's admitted it, I can trust her more, to be honest. Like, before I was like, maybe she needs to go because I don't know how I don't know if I could have trusted her in the same way I did before because of the whole puppet master situation, especially because she denied it so many times, which is, like, understandable, but, like, also the trust decreased a little, but she did admit to it, so the trust isn't fully restored, but because the whole puppet master thing, like, she could be dangerous.
My concern is keeping our voting block and voting out someone on the other side. And once the numbers dwindle, Abby's gotta go. Abby has got to go.
Information about the puppet master and Abby being the puppet master has been revealed. And I appreciate Abby because she's not going to implicate that I knew everything.
Only two names I've been hearing are yours and Nikhil's.
Yeah, I think they're voting. They're voting Abby.
Yeah.
Okay, but yep, cool.
Nikhil could be an easy vote out, I'm thinking. I was talking to my little alliance with Abby, Ricky, Haley, and now Ethan earlier, and, like, it seems like there are some not great attitudes toward Nikhil.
It's pretty much Xavier's second vote at this point. Like, that is Xavier's advantage, is Nikhil as an extra vote.
Me, Ricky, Abby, Ethan, Runjin, and Vivian are voting for Nikhil tonight, and Xavier, Nadia, Valen, Nikhil, and Henry are voting for Abby.
Ricky wants to work with Abby, Vivian, Haley, and I guess me by extension. And then the other side, like Valen and Henry, I'm pretty sure, and Nadia are gonna try to pull me in. So I feel like it's not the ideal position right now that I want to be in, but at least I have power coming into this merge because I really could swing either which way. I don't want Abby to go home. And I'm sorry that I'm not telling her this. This is, like, the first time I think I've kept shit from her, but, like, she's also kept shit from me most of this game, so I don't feel bad, but, like, love you, baby girl.
Really hope that Ethan can go with us so we can get majority, because then next week it makes everything easier because it's 6-4 and we can basically just eliminate all of the other players on that bad side, and that would make me so happy.
I kind of went in with the pitch and I was like, I don't think Abby's the correct move. Like, I get you guys want to get her out and I agree with that, but it has to be down the line, and that's because, like, I have to figure out a way to tell her to tip her off to use her idol without, like, all of them being suspicious of me, because the second they realize, like, I'm fucked.
So they fully know we're going Abby, which makes me think we should not go Abby.
Not go Abby.
Yeah.
Literally, old Verandy is on a Titanic, and if they don't jump off, like, they're gonna crash into the iceberg that is Abby as the puppet master.
I was kind of nervous that people weren't going to budge on Abby, which means that I would get voted out, but as of now, I'm confident. I trust Valen, I trust Nadia, I trust Henry, I trust Xavier. Ethan, I'm not so sure about, but again, he seems to be fine. I like him a lot, so hopefully, like, he actually does come through.
Out of anybody to go, I would really want Ricky to go. He's obviously a super fan. He's playing hard, and you can tell he's trying to milk the social game for what it's worth. I know Haley really trusts him, and I really just want to break that up. Ranjan, love Ranjan, but that boy is a bit nosy, so I also wouldn't mind him going.
We're worried that Abby might have the merge idol, and Ricky might have the old Dorit idol.
I think with this revelation that I'm not Puppet Master and that Abby is Puppet Master, people definitely see her and that group as a bigger threat because they're still voting with her even though she's a Puppet Master, which just blows my mind because if I found out Valen or Henry were Puppet Master, I would want them out.
Vivian and Abby have the power to topple my game in an instant, so I have to figure out, like, what do I even do, and, like, that's gonna be the hard part. Like, I'm on this thread, and if I can't navigate it and play my cards correctly, like, I'm essentially, like, I'm fucked.
Tribal's pretty scary because everyone has been saying Abby on the other side and on our side being me, Abby, Ricky, Haley, Ranjan, Ethan. We've been saying Nikhil. But, like, the other side hasn't really been scrambling that much, even though, like, they have 5, we have 6. So either they're completely clueless that we have 6 and, like, actually don't care, which is, like, what they say. Like, they're like, we don't care if Nikhil goes home, like, we're not a real alliance, there isn't really sides yet. Like, that's what Valen said, that's what Xavier said, like, sure. Or it's possible that they're blindsiding one of us.
The only reason we're in this, the only reason I have to tell anyone, the only reason Ethan knows, the only reason everybody else knows is because of Google's stupid recovery phone number feature, and that's the truth. If that didn't exist, if I had not put that on there, we'd be sitting pretty. I'd be doing so well. The only reason is Google's recovery phone number feature, and that's the truth. And I want that noted in the edit. Thanks. Okay. It's also me because I put that on there and I didn't realize that that was something that you could see publicly if you tried to hack into the account. That was my fault. But also, Google, what the hell?
Why are walking so long?
Jiro, welcome to your first tribal council as a new merged tribe. I will be taking over tribal councils as the host for this part of the season. Let's not waste any time. Nikhil, in this past challenge, we were told that there were Survivor goodies hidden around the field with the dominoes. Who has them, what are they, and how are they playing into the game?
Thank you for the question. I have no idea who has them. Yeah, I really have no idea how. Wait, what were the other 2 parts? Sorry.
Who has them, what are they, and how do they play into the game?
Okay, cool. Yeah. Once again, I have no idea who has them. As far as what they are, I mean, obviously, I didn't like get to interact or see them or touch them, so I don't know what they are. And they probably play a huge part of the game because
Xavier, I'll go to you next. So you won this individual immunity challenge, which means that you won't be able to be voted tonight. However, winning immunity in Survivor is, I would say, a good thing and a bad thing because you're safe, but for the next vote, people could see you as a physical threat. Do you think that people are starting to view you as a threat because of your performance in challenges?
I mean, I don't know how people see me, but I just want to take it week by week. I don't think I'm gonna win that many challenges. I think that was honestly kind of lucky that I got that. There were a lot of people that were really in that. It was a really close race. Like Vivian was 5 seconds away from winning that. I think it's definitely, it can be a factor, but I am just hoping to make good relationships and keep them as we go on.
Ricky, how do you value challenge performance versus relationships? in the merge when everybody knows each other, everybody has at least a connection with somebody?
Yeah, I think in the merge, challenge performances are like clutch if you need them. But I think really what carries people is like how they communicate with people in the merge. Like as you said earlier, Shane, challenge wins are a double-edged sword, especially if you're a beast and like you win challenge after challenge. Like the one challenge you don't win, you're out. So, yeah.
All right, we're gonna shift topics. Since day 2 of this game, there has been a dwelling topic that has gone through pretty much everybody. The Puppet Master. Henry, I'll go to you. What is the Puppet Master? How have you been figuring out who the Puppet Master is? Do you know who it is? And what do you plan to do about that information?
I think everything to be done with that information has been done. I think everybody knows that Abby's the Puppet Master. What? I don't think that's a surprise. I mean,
Abby, you had a quite visceral reaction. Tell your side of the story. Why did you do this? What happened? Is there more to the story that people don't know?
Is there more to the story that people don't know? I felt like, can I address the group here?
Please do.
I talked to a couple people about this already. It was day 2. I had an idol that wasn't mine. I had to do something with it. It was entertaining. I had a lot of fun. I'm sorry for what happened. I think we're all playing very hard at this point in the game, but at that point in the game, it was like a little bit weird to be doing that. And that's why I kept it a secret. I hope you guys can understand. Yeah.
Alright, so
that's my Puppet Master.
What did you do with the Zaman idol?
I gave it to Nadia. Interesting. Nadia, what did you do when you found me? I know.
Yeah, I actually think this is not a secret. I told a couple people already. Like when I got the idol, obviously I was shocked. Like, why is Puppet Master targeting me? Like, why me? So, you know, I also saw a chance for more entertainment, and I used one of my fake idols and put it there. Hey! Now I've told people about it. I wasn't the one who sent the email to Lauren.
No, you weren't. That's
I just put it there. I didn't think, you know, I wasn't in charge of anything else that happened after that, and you know, Puppet Master sent the email to Lauren, and that's how Lauren got it. So
that was a random draw. It was a random draw. I didn't know anyone. It's really quite unfortunate what happened to Lauren, honestly. Sorry, Lauren.
Valen, Nadia just said one of her fake idols. How do you feel about somebody placing a fake idol into the game on day, say, 4, and there being a Puppet Master? What are you thinking? How is this playing into your long-term plans?
Well, it's been playing into my long-term plans from day 3 when it happened. And I guess that like week in general, because that week was insane, and it's still been affecting us today, what happened then. And so it was a factor then, it was a factor now, and it will be a factor later on.
Haley, I'm gonna ask a similar question to you. As somebody who had no involvement with the Puppet Master scheme, part of like the Zaman tribe, how do you feel knowing that one of your original tribe mates was the Puppet Master, was lying about being the Puppet Master? How does that play into your decision tonight?
Yeah, that's a good question, because up until a couple days ago, I genuinely thought that Nadia was the Puppet Master until she told me and gave me like hard evidence that it was Abby, and then I was like, well, dang, like that's like a big shock, because Abby is someone I've trusted since day 1. We were on the very first tribe together, and you know, the fact that she was hiding all of that the whole time is a bit alarming, but on the flip side, like, kudos to her for pulling something off like that. Like, I told her, like, that was actually pretty cool. Like, good move, you're a good player, you know?
Abby, So she just said that maybe you're a little less trustworthy. Is there anybody else that should be a little less trustworthy?
Anyone else other than me? Nadia with her multiple fake idols. Okay.
Nadia, why don't you just address the fake idols?
Okay. I told many people about this. Puppet Master forced my hand, okay? You forced my hand! I was gonna take it easy, play it chill, and then day 3 you come out just with the whole Puppet Master thing, and I'm like, I'm frustrated for sure.
Oh, and you had stashed away 3 or 4 fake idols.
No, everyone knows what it looks like. I'm really honest. It literally looks the exact same as the first one, the spiral thing, so I can't even, there's no need for it anymore. Like fakes are just not going to be a thing anymore. Like,
Wait, how many do you have?
I only had 2. So I used 1, and it was the same one. So I'll tell you right now, I'm being brutally honest. Like, that was just the beginning of the game. Like,
Alright, we've got some shocked reactions from all of that. Let's talk about this vote. Vivian, we've heard the term, 1 team, 1 fight. Every time we've heard that, something has gone awry. Is it 1 team, 1 fight? Is it a unanimous vote tonight, or is it a complete mess?
I don't think it's a unanimous vote, but I wouldn't say that it's like there are clear lines in the sand. We know who's with who. We know like who's fighting who. Like that's not true at all. I think because we've been through so many swaps, like we really do almost all have relationships with almost all of us. Like it does feel like we've all talked to each other. We've all voted with each other. We've all voted against each other. Like there's been so many different alliances here. So it feels like this first tribal doesn't really feel like there's anything really riding too hard like that. Like there's gonna be sides coming out of it. And I've said this to people here. Like I think that.
Ranjan, this merged tribal, the first merged tribal, sets the pace of the entire merge. It shows everybody who's working together and what the dynamic is. How is this vote going to determine how you move forward from here?
I'm honestly going to say I don't think this vote is actually going to determine what's going to go forward. I think one of the things that I've realized with this vote is or the general consensus or vibe I've been getting from other people I've been talking to, is I feel like this vote is kind of a vote where people have been a lot more passive than other votes have been. At least that's the vibe I've been getting from talking to other people. And I feel like once we kind of get that passive energy out, and once it kind of gets closer to kind of more of the end game, I feel like only then will we start to see more of the aggressive playing that's more typical of merge.
Ethan, knowing that everybody from this point forward who's voted out is on the jury, how does that impact who you're voting out, how you're voting them out, and how you go about getting to the end?
I guess jury management, it's very early to be thinking about that. I think we have to think about how do we just get forward to the next day and how do we just move through.
Alright, before I send you to the vote, if anybody has any sort of power they would like to play before the vote, now is the time that you can do that. Alright, we'll get to the vote. Nikhil, you're up first.
I just have a weird feeling that you're not going home tonight. I don't know why, but
I think it's me tonight, and like a fool, I didn't bring my idol.
I have the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play one, now is your time to do so. Seeing none, once the vote is read, the decision is final and the person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Nikhil. Nikhil, that's 2 votes, Nikhil. Nikhil, that's 3 votes, Nikhil, 8 votes left in the urn. Next vote. Nikhil, that's 4 votes, Nikhil. Nikhil. That's 5 votes Nikhil, 6 votes remaining. Ranjan. Ranjan. That's 5 votes Nikhil, 2 votes Ranjan, 4 votes left in the urn. Ranjan, that's 3 votes Ranjan and 5 votes Nikhil. Ranjan, that's 4 votes Ranjan. Ranjan, we have a tie. That's 5 votes Ranjan, 5 votes Nikhil, 1 vote left. And the 8th person voted out of Scotty Survivor Lost in Time, and the first member of our jury, Ranjan. Ranjan, that's 6. Tonight, that's enough. Please bring me your torch. Ranjan, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. I said earlier tonight that the first merge vote determines the entire pace of the merge. Starting off with a blindside is definitely a risky way to start. You all have a lot of explaining to do. Good night. Next time on Scotty Survivor Lost in Time. After an intense blindside with Ranjan's elimination, Ethan faces his allies. And how will Haley and Ricky's realization that Vivian has the Dorit idol change the game again?
Damn, I'm a little surprised. I didn't think I'd be the one who'd be blindsided just because there's been so many other people who've been repeatedly on the chopping block, but I guess that does make it easier easier to string them along. They're easier to get rid of later on in the game. I was a little nervous in the beginning that I did have a target on my back, like in the beginning of the game, so I guess that did come back to bite me, but it's been a great experience, and yeah, I can't wait to be on the jury.